Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Louise and I talk about how to style and think about fashion in more sustainable ways rather than just buying new clothes. I think a lot of people, when they think about fashion and style, they think about having brand new clothes all of the time and following the latest trends. But for me, that's just not true. I think it's the opposite. I think having a great sense of personal style is when you know which pieces that you love, you are comfortable in what you're wearing, and you're able to create outfits on a daily basis that you feel represent your identity. So let's say that you're like me, but you kind of want to spice things up a little bit, and you feel like what's hanging in your closet isn't the most exciting right now, and you don't want to spend a lot of money either. Here are my best tips on how to wear new outfits without buying new clothes. My first piece of advice is to swap with a friend or a family member. Growing up with a sister, this was my very best hack, and I feel like if you have a sibling, you can probably relate. But I remember when I used to live with my friends in London, we did some clothes swapping in the living room where we would just put our stuff in a pile and we would borrow stuff from each other, so that if I wanted to wear a new top for the weekend, I could just borrow it from my friend instead of having to go out and buy something new, which I would then probably never wear again. So I think that swapping or borrowing clothes is a great way for you to try a new style without buying something new, and you get the feeling that you're wearing something new if you're like me, and that gives you some sort of high. So ironically, these days my friends and family don't live too close by, so it makes clothes swapping a little bit harder. So I did some research online and I found a few great websites for you to try. So Runway is probably the biggest player when it comes to renting clothes online. They're focused on designer brands, but there are different subscriptions that you can choose from. And I think from around $80 a month, you can receive a few items. I think it's 5 items each month that you wear and then you return. You can also choose to keep certain items for longer so that you don't need to send them back and forth as often. The second one is called By Rotation. It's similar to Rent the Runway, but the items are listed from, should I say, like real people. It's kind of like Vinted or Depop if you're familiar with those. So it's similar to what you would find on any resale platform, except in this case they're for rent. So you use the app, and on the app you list the items and you will be able to see requests, you'll be able to message people, etc. And I must say that this feels like such a fun thing to try. I got really excited about this when I found it. It's also a great way to earn some extra money just from like that piece that you have in your closet, which you might not get enough wear out of. Popswap is also a similar one. I believe it's Swedish. You can upload your outfits. It's sort of like a shoppable Pinterest, I would say, because like you go into the app and there's a grid of all of these outfits, and then you can message someone to say like, hey, I really love your skirt, can I please borrow it for a week? I find it really exciting that these platforms are popping up because it makes just engaging with fashion that much more realistic and sustainable, because let's be honest, we can't all afford to buy new clothes all the time. I've actually never tried one of these sites myself, but I'm very tempted to try. Let me know if you have and what your opinion on them are. I will link all of the apps in the description below. Moving on, the second advice that I have for you is to try a new hairstyle. I can't count the amount of times that I've felt that my outfit sucks. And it's usually because of my hair. It's usually because I've done zero effort. It doesn't need to be a completely new hairstyle. Like, I wouldn't advise you to try something wild and crazy on like a Monday morning when you're stressed. But it just needs to be something different from your starting point. So for instance, if my hair is down, I'll put it up. If it's straight, I'll make an effort to do a blowout or some curls. Today I haven't washed my hair for a few days, as you can probably tell, so I did my classic slicked back bun. In my opinion, what makes an outfit great is when you go to that little extra length in detail. It's all about the makeup, hair, and accessories, and you can really tell if someone has put that time and effort into their final look. When I think about the outfits that I feel the most comfortable in, it's usually the most basic pieces of clothing where I've added that extra final touch. My next tip requires a little bit more effort and probably some time as well, as you might want to play around with this one a little bit. If you're looking for a way for your outfit to feel more interesting or new, you should really experiment with layering. One of my favorite ways to do layering is with a sweater vest. There are just like endless ways to combine it. You can wear a sweater vest on top of a t-shirt or a long sleeve underneath. For a more office appropriate look with layering, I would do the classic shirt underneath like a chunky sweater, or I would try like a t-shirt underneath a dress, like a dungaree dress or a slip dress. I think that's really cute. My other piece of advice, if you are really bored of your closet, is to shop your own closet. Now, it sounds difficult, but it's actually really fun when you get started. For example, try knotting a shirt at the waist. Try like not wearing the sleeves right down, like try rolling them up. You can cuff pants. You can experiment with different like tucks and folds of the pieces that you're wearing. But if you're looking for something more permanent, you can also do a little bit of DIY customization, such as like patches, embroidery, studs, even like fabric paint. I will say I'm not entirely sure how good fabric paint is for the environment. I'm sure there are lots of good options out there, but you might want to do a little bit of research on this, especially if you're using shared washing machines, which I have in my apartment building. So don't like go through with coloring a pair of denim in a shared machine, because I've heard that that gets people into trouble. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I just need to say I am really into sewing at the moment. I follow this amazing girl on Instagram. I will link her page down below, but basically she creates so many beautiful garments just that are handmade by herself. And it's really gotten me thinking that I would love to be able to sew. So that will be my goal for the, maybe not this year, maybe next year, but definitely to do some maybe sewing courses, or just having the possibility to mend my clothes and adapt my clothes myself without having to go to a tailor and spend lots of money on that would be really exciting, I think. My last piece of advice is that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. So this is something that my boyfriend tells me all the time when I'm having one of my moments, and he's like, Louise, please, let's just go, wear your beautiful, like wear whatever it is you're wearing right now. He always says to me, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, I'm there, I'm stressed, I'm like, oh, nothing fits me, I don't look good, blah, blah, blah. I would like to finish this video by saying that you don't need to wear new outfits all the time. Like, despite what you see on Pinterest and Instagram, that's just not true. I know that we're fed with new outfits and shopping hauls all of the time, but buying new clothes is just not sustainable for the environment or for your wallet in the long term. I think that using what you have is so much cooler. It says a lot about your ability to style and create outfits from what you have. I'm such a big fan of re-wearing outfits. I have a couple of outfits in my closet that I know always work, and I recommend you to do the same. But yes, of course, sometimes you just want to, you know, swap things out, and that's fine. Like, I'll wear a very similar outfit and I'll like swap out the bag, or I'll change my hair, or I'll do a little tiny tweak that will make the outfit feel new. And trust me, no one else is gonna care that you wore the same thing, because what I always think is I would rather wear the best outfit twice than wear two okay outfits. So why would you spend time and money on new outfits when you can just re-wear something that you already know that you look great in it and that you love? As I said in the beginning, having good style is all about feeling good in what you're wearing and that you have that confidence, because also, like, having the confidence in what you're wearing is an accessory in itself. That rarely comes with trying a new style for the first time. Just think about, like, when you're trying on something in a store, you're not going to feel like yourself in it the first time you're wearing it, because it will feel new. It will feel like it's not really a part of you yet. And you want to walk out in this world and be yourself, and you want to feel confident, and you can achieve that by loving and wearing the pieces that you have. Besides, who wants to look like they just walked out of a window display with like the tags still attached? I don't. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like it and share it with a friend if you did. You can follow me on Instagram at Louise Wears, or you can visit my website louisewears.com. I have written 2 ebooks on the topic of finding your own style and always knowing what to wear. And if this topic interests you, then I would really love it if you check them out. They're available to download on my website. And that's it for today. I hope that I will see you next week. Bye!